G's Creations. I'm back again for another Flosstube, and I am coming to you from a different spot. Today is so dark and gloomy that even with all the extra light in my bedroom, I knew it was not going to be good. So I came out here. Nobody is home except for my husband, who's upstairs working in his office. Nobody's home, so I didn't feel too weird about filming in the living room. And you can see a little corner. I'm going to give you just a little shot at this. This is a painting. There we go. Done by my friend. Her name is Holly Thornton. She lives in Florida now, but she used to live here in Zurich. I'll give you a minute to take that in, to guess where that's from. I was visiting her home, and I went into her painting studio and saw that and went, oh my gosh, it's La Jolla Cove. I went to that beach every summer my entire life. So from when I was born till I moved away from San Diego at 22. Like, this is my life. And she's like, yeah, I was painting it for my brother's wedding because he got married in San Diego, and I was trying some new techniques, and it wasn't what I was trying to do, just wasn't working, and I hated it, so I just and made him a whole new painting. She's like, and now it's just hanging there mocking me, and I was like, are you freaking kidding me? That is beautiful. So I worked out a deal with her. I paid her for it. I let her name the price. Happy to pay it. Worth every franc that I paid for it. Absolutely love it, love it, love it. Anyway, okay, so that's what my super awesome creative friend made. Now you get to see what I've been working on. So I'm gonna start with whips, I think. And this first one is my it's not really my leap year project because I'm working on it on the 25th and not on the 29th because the 25th is when my brother was born. But the idea is to finish it in 4 years before the next leap year. Cherry Garden by Twin Peak Primitives. So this time what I worked on is I finished more of these cherries and blossoms here, and I worked a whole bunch on the basket. I am so surprised. I've only worked on this now, let's see, February, March, April, May. 4 days, and look how much progress I've made. And this is not like big, I mean, it's not complicated stitching, but it's like you have to pay attention to what you're doing. But it still makes so much fun. This fabric, this Zweigart fabric, I absolutely love. And yeah, I am so tempted. This time I wanted to keep working on this project. And then I was like, Amy, no, the idea is 1 day a month. Put it down. So I did. But, oh, that's looking so good. So good. It's nice because when you think you're going to be working on a project for that long, you would hope that you would like it for that long, right? Like, can you imagine deciding to work on something and then realize, I hate this. It's ugly. That would be depressing. Okay. Second thing I worked on, Snowcapped, the official pattern for Stitch West that I went to last fall from Little Stitch Girl. This is my first Quaker-ish pattern. It's in the Quaker style. And I worked more in here. I added this. I added a bunch of white. I've got this thing, the start of a mountain, the little start of the cabin. I got the whole lake in here. And what I'm doing is, so there's a whole bunch of white snowflakes, okay, that you can barely see, but without them, the pattern would be too blah. So what I'm doing is I do something fun. Then I do a bunch of snowflakes. Then I work on a little bit more. Then I do some more snowflakes. Then I reward myself some more. Then I go do some more snowflakes. Because otherwise, if I left all the snowflakes to the end, my piece would be snowflake-less. So I'm doing it like this. Everything else is a lot of fun. The white is just these snowflakes, and it's not that I mind snowflakes. That's not it at all. There's a pattern to them. they're easy enough to do. The problem is, even though this is the called for fabric with the called for floss, it is hard to see. The fabric is light, that white, it's kind of tricky, and so it feels like it's a lot of work to concentrate, and then you can't even really see it. So that's been kind of frustrating. But I know, like you can see, it adds a texture to it that if I didn't do it, it wouldn't be as nice. So they are necessary. They will be worth it in the end. But right now, I have to trick myself into giving myself little rewards. Because otherwise I would set it down and never do it. I also worked a little bit on my Stitcher's Alphabet from Brooks Books. I did the letter D, although it still needs some beads. I did the letter D, all the stitching, and then E is for embroidery. And this is a giant cross-stitch hoop, giant hoop that's got some cloth in it. And so this white cloth, you can kind of see it, but it's tricky. It's going to be, you know, have like a border all around it, so you'll be able to see it better when it's all done. But for right now, it's kind of tricky, slow going. But yeah. Got some more done on that. Whoops, knocked over my water bottle. And then, the last thing I've been working on, and the thing I've been working on the very most, is my Magical Signpost by Cross Stitch For You. Look how much time, oh, and my needle is, I literally was in the middle of stitching. There we go. Okay, so let's see, since last time I did Tinkerbell, I've started on the Cheshire Cat, I did these 3 signposts, the whole rest of the sign, and did all the words, and now I'm filling it in. So, what I am doing, because filling this in, again, so freaking boring. Absolutely necessary? Definitely. The signposts don't look near as cute without it done. But it's just nothing and nothing but the same color up and down, up and down, up and down around these letters. It is not fun. It is not challenging. It is just boring. So what I've been doing is, first, I've put in all the letters, okay? Then I did all the purple on that adorable Cheshire Cat. Then I went back, I'm filling in all this signpost. Then as a reward for being so good, I get to finish the cat. Then I will fill in Tatooine. And as a reward, I will get to do R2-D2 that's down here. Then I will fill in all that boring Wonderland. Then as the reward, I will get to do the grass. And then I will be finished. And I am so close to getting a finish that I have decided that is what I'm going to do. This is going to be, I guess people call it their main focus piece, for the next little bit until it gets completely done. Because it's so cute and it's so close. At first I was thinking I'll set it aside and work on something else, but this is really close now. I can taste it. And yeah, that Tinkerbell turned out so cute. I can't wait to see the Cheshire Cat. Super, super having fun with that. What else do I have to show you? My haul. I have haul. I know, I rarely have haul, but I have quite a bit today. So I will show you that. First thing that happened is, let me again sing the praises of 123 Stitch, who resent that package, got sent to the wrong address, resent it all the way to Switzerland, only charged me the difference in shipping, okay, 61 cents. 61 cents extra they charged me. 123 Cross Stitch customer forever. All the threads I need for that giant piece that I'm starting for my son, the mashup of the Lord of the Rings and Van Gogh, Starry Night. And a bunch of beads that are called for in my Stitcher's alphabet. I was using some of the beads that I already had, and then I decided there were certain few that I really did need the actual bead for because it wasn't working out right. And so I went ahead. These Mill Hill beads are not that expensive on 1, 2, 3 Stitch. They're really not. So I went ahead and just ordered them because I can always use them for other projects. And they're so pretty. And then I was just happening to, you know, be goofing around on the site, and I saw this adorable pair of scissors. Look at that. And the back is the back of her. Ah, they're nice and sharp too. They're good scissors. But they're so cute. Have I added up every pair of scissors I have? No. Is it about 16 or 17 because there's one for every project bag? Now there is. And then I bought a bunch of patterns. And you know, it's funny, I go for months not buying a new pattern. And then the floodgates open and I go a little crazy. And part of it was, so the first thing that happened was on Instagram, Stitchy Princess Black posted about how she had to have emergency surgery, and so she was having a sale to try to raise a little extra money for that surgery. And gosh darn it, I cannot believe that poor Ukraine is still at war over 2 years later. Those Ukrainians are tough as nails. They are amazing. And thank goodness they are standing up to Russia. So I purchased from her the nativity scene. Now I don't have a photo, but I'll insert one here. And I am trying to decide, I may stitch this as one whole piece, but I am very tempted to stitch all the figures individually and make them pop-ups, 3D pop-ups. Like stand-ups, not pop-ups, stand-ups. Don't you think that would be so cute? I think it would be super cute. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then, living on the rainbow. Everybody and their mother, my German floss tubes that I watch, my English floss tubes that I watch, my American floss tubes that I watch, everybody's doing that darn mushroom cell, fungi cell. I don't want to do that book. It's super cute. I don't want to do it. But everybody and their mother is doing that book. So I went on her site. Oh, look. 2 of her other 3D books were on sale. So I bought the Book of Potions. And I bought the Book of Spells. And then I also bought the Birdhouse. And this woman is the queen of 3D, 3-dimensional objects. And I download the pattern and I'm looking through, you know, now I've printed off the patterns for cross stitch, okay? But the finishing instructions I just left on my computer. They are so detailed. Even if you have never in your life finished anything, sewed anything, never been a crafty person in your life except for cross stitch and throwing them under your bed, you could make these 3D objects. You can do it. Her instructions are so crystal clear. She goes step by step by step. She has tons of full color photos with arrows and measurings and markings and lines. And seriously, if you are literate and your eyeballs work, you can follow her directions and you can make these things. And she's got gingerbread houses. She's got nutcrackers that are all three-dimensional. She's got that little camper. I mean, the woman's brain is a beautiful wonderland of imagination. So please support her. Living on the Rainbow. She is fantastic. And just, whew, I cannot wait to get started. I cannot wait. And then, because I bought the birdhouse, well, then I was on Instagram. Instagram, man. And Puntini Puntini is having a sale. So I went to her website. And I bought some pins that will go. Some little, they're like, I'll show them when I get here, but they're little birds. Yeah, I think it's a bird. Yeah, birds and like a flower or something to go into my birdhouse pin, birdhouse thing, ornament. And then I bought 2 more patterns from her. I tried to print them out. My printer ran out of ink. It gave up the ghost. So yeah, I went a little crazy with patterns, and now I need to stop for a while. I'm pretty sure that I have enough fabric and I have enough patterns that I could cross stitch, not by anything else, and cross stitch until I die if I live to be 100, and maybe barely at like maybe age 97 and a half run out of supplies. Floss, no, that's a different story. But fabric and patterns, yeah, it's a problem. It's a wonderful problem. It's an awesome problem, but it's a problem. So I'm going to stop for a while until I get some more done. Okay, and now I have some fully finished things. So many things to show you. I am so excited. Now, the first thing is I have decided that I am going to dabble my big toe into the water of selling project bags. Selling them to Americans makes no sense. There's so many great, fantastic bag makers. Don't need to get in there. But Europe, UK, I will sell to people there. But how I'm not going to open an Etsy shop. I'm just gonna do it on Instagram. But I'm really proud of my work. I worked really hard to make these look really nice, so I want to show them. Isn't that fun? Oh, and this Christmas one. Oh, look at that. Yeah, so those are my first 3 bags. I think I'll probably wait to list them till I get a few more done, but I wanted to see if I could do it, because most of the time when I'm making a bag for myself, I mean, they look okay, but they're for me, like, so I tried really hard to make them look nice so people would be like, yes, I'm willing to spend money on that. So that was my first thing. Then I was in the sewing mode, so I made my rainbow tote. Here, there's the red. The red's also in the inside. So I finished that from the Cross Stitch magazine from the UK. Put that on the outside and followed a fantastic tutorial on YouTube, which I will try to link down below. It's no talking, it's just pictures. I modified it, of course, because she had only 3, 4 different colored stripes, and of course I have more. But I absolutely love how this turned out. It's got a magnet closure, and then it's got a red, here we go. It's also got a red pocket in the inside. And I use this as my church bag because I teach little kids class. And so I have special markers and things that I always bring back and forth every Sunday. And so this is the bag I put them in. And it's also in support of my awesome daughter, Sarah, who is lesbian. And I want everybody at church to know that I support anybody who is LGBTQ+. And in case there is anybody who is struggling with accepting their identity and having questions and feel like they have nobody to talk to, I wanted to loudly and boldly proclaim that I am a safe person to talk to. So that is my bag, and I absolutely love it. I love when you have a vision in your head and it all comes together. Now remember I said I have a bunch of fabric? I bought no fabric for this bag. This was all just in my stash. All the perfect colors, because why wouldn't you have a literal rainbow of colored fabric just hanging around your house? Because you're me, and that's just what you do. My hometown holidays is done. I turned it into a quilt. And I attached the bells from all those chocolate lint bears that and Santas that we get every Christmas. I added a little decorative lace edge around it. I quilted it using a thicker upholstery thread because I wanted to be able to make the quilting part of the design. It did snag a few places, but I can repair that from pulling it through on the back. I just was too lazy to do that yet. And I quilted just a straight line underneath all the rows of houses so that it would not sag. I am so happy with this. I am so happy with this. Now, I did float around with adding puff paint, glittery puff paint, to the trees and to the tops of the roofs of the houses to simulate more snow. But the puff paint that I found was white with silver glitter. I put it on a test piece of fabric because I ain't no dummy before I put it directly on my, special project. It dries super glittery. It looks beautiful, but it's silver. This is ecru. It's a soft white. It's a gentle white. It is not a glaringly bright silver. Even my little bells are gold, right? So they're not silver. It would clash. It wouldn't look good. It would not enhance it. It would detract from it. So I left it off. I'd rather wait to see if I can find a soft beigey snow looking puff paint with maybe a little bit of gold or just holographic glitter. But if not, I'd rather leave it with nothing and just have it be the straight design. But I am so happy to finally get this done. Now, another thing, I washed this. This was made regular fabric that I tea coffee dyed, and this was made with Classic Colorworks, which does not guarantee that it is color fast. I washed it in cold water in the sink with a little dish soap, and I put in 2 color catchers. Nothing bled. I may have lost a bit of the tea dye, but not a whole lot. And because this fabric started out much bluer, and the tea toned it down. And I'm not guaranteeing that you will get the same results, but I was very impressed with how well this held up washing it. Test yours, but all these reds, not a single one of them bled. I don't know if it was the color catchers. I don't know if I just got lucky. I don't know what it was, but nothing. Not a hint. Not a smidge. Nothing of running. It looks so dang good. I cannot wait for Christmas, y'all. But before it's Christmas, you know what it is? Halloween! I found this frame at a secondhand store in the mountains, in the Alpine mountains. I was going down to meet a friend, an old friend from the States who was here on vacation. He's like, I'm going to be in Lauterbrunnen for the day. Can you come down? I said, you bet your booty I will. So I went down and met him and his wife, had lunch. And then I was like, yeah, I was really tempted to stop on the way down here because I passed my very favorite thrift store, and I only get to go when I'm going down to the mountains because it's like an hour, more than an hour away from my house. And he was like, oh, we've been looking for a Swift thrift store. He's like, he Googles it. He's like, it's open till 6. Do you want to go? And it's like on my way back home. I said, yeah. So we all got in the car, and I took his wife with me so we could chat the whole way because it was like a 50-minute drive. So nice. First time I've ever met her. Love that lady. Of course, my friend is awesome. David is awesome. So, of course, his wife would be awesome. They've just only been married for 9 months. His wife died. She was divorced. Anyway, yeah. lovely, lovely visit with them. We had the most fun. We walked around that thrift store for at least an hour and a half. Might have even been 2 hours looking at all kinds of stuff, and I found this frame. Now this frame, if you'll notice, look close, I cut this bit on the bottom and the top out to cover up less. There's still a tiny little bit of the pattern that you lose, but it was not enough for me to care. The sides then had a little more space on them because, again, this is more square than rectangle. So I added some old lace. And I spray painted this black because it was just straight wood. I want it to be Halloween now so I can hang this up. I am so happy. I also washed this one. I hand dyed this fabric myself. It lost a little bit of the purple sheen that it had to it, but the gray is still going strong. And in real life, there is still a little bit of purple, like up here in the corner. And it just, I was really impressed with how well the hand-dyed fabrics dealt with being washed. I'm not guaranteeing your results, but I was happy that I washed it. Now, do you remember that super cute silver oval frame that I found at another thrift store here to my house that I thought, oh, maybe this will fit into it? And of course, the frame was way too small. I found something for that frame. My cute little witch! Now, if I had stitched this witch in the exact center of the fabric, this witch could have gone in the exact center of this oval. I did not, which meant there was not enough fabric up here to have her be down here. Do you get what I'm saying? It would not have fit. What do I do to fill this open? Now, the original design had a bunch of flowers, more of these. I could have stitched those down there, but that to me was too much green. It's the wrong color green. Yes, green is a Halloween color, but I always think of a more limey, weird green, you know? Not this green. So then I looked through my Just Cross Stitch ornament edition from last year before, and found an ornament that had this Happy Halloween on it. It was supposed to be a pillow. I took the font, changed the color to the same purple that I put in here, and in the brim of her hat, stitched the Happy Halloween. Oh my gosh, you would think that was part of the original design. I am so freaking happy. I hung this on the wall for like a week because it just made me smile and giddy inside every time I saw it. And my husband was like, it's not Halloween. I said, so? I'm admiring my work. Oh, just love it. I want it to be Halloween so I can hang up my cute new stuff. The other finished, what? Another fully finished object, Amy? Who are you? I don't know. Queen of finished objects, at least for this month. My Doreen Jones thing. I painted this white and popped this on some flat mat board and stuck it in there. Now you will notice tiny little bit of the design got cut off. Do I care? No ma'am. No ma'am. Enough shows. It's fine. It's completely fine. I love this. And now when I'm coming out here to stitch in the evenings, all my little tubahur, all my like accoutrements can go in here. And when I then want to go back into my room, into my normal stitchy spot, I just take this with me. All of it can rest in here instead of balancing precariously on the edge of the sofa where it sometimes falls off. Nope, it'll be all in here. Oh my gosh, I love it so freaking much. I'm so happy. I can take it to stitchy meetups and all my stuff will go in here and everybody will know. Whose scissors are these? Why, they're Amy's scissors. Ask Amy if you can borrow them. It was a good month for Amy's. It was a good month. What are my future plans? I'm going to start the giant, huge 2-foot by 2-foot cross stitch for my son for his graduation. I have decided that I'm going to make up a, floss card for all the different flosses, but I'm not going to try to do all of them all at once because that would be overwhelming. I'm going to just start with the first colors that are in that first 10 by 10 block, get those ready to go, do the typewriter method that Stitching Mommy does, where she picks one, does all of it in the block, and then goes and follows down here and across here, wherever that thread takes her, then pick the next color and do that, so that I'm seeing progress without getting super overwhelmed. And then as I add more colors, then I will cut them and put them on the cart. And I figured working on this leap year day cell has showed me that you can make really good progress on a project that's large, even if you are not working on it every single day. Because I have so many other cute projects that I want to start, that I want to finish, and I was kind of feeling like I had to work on that giant one all the time in order to get it done, because he graduates in a year. And then I realized, okay, first of all, he doesn't have to have it by his graduation. Yes, it is a graduation present, but that doesn't mean it has to be finished when he graduates. It's not like he's going to then leave the house and I never see him again, okay? He knows it's coming. It'll be fine. So that was, oh, sorry, I got something in my eye. So that was one relief, stress taker away. Secondly, I realized I don't have to work exclusively on that. I will get burnt out on it and then never finish it, and I don't want that to happen. So if I have decided if I devote 1 to 2 days a week to just that project, probably it's going to be 2 days a week, 2 days to that project every single week, then the whole rest of the time I can work on all my other projects that will still see a good amount of progress, because it will be steady progress rather than working on it a whole bunch and then not touching it for a month and then working on it a whole bunch and then not touching it for another month and a half. No, if I just work on it 2 days every week, it will see significant progress. It may not be done in a year, but it's going to have a big chunk done. The other thing is I've been looking at the pattern, and there is large swaths of like color. There is some confetti, but it's not crazy confetti. And so that also gives me hope that I will be able to see some significant progress in a short amount of time, because the thing that slows you down is constantly changing your thread and changing, figuring out one stitch here, one stitch here, one stitch there. So those are my plans. I do not have any hilarious tales to regale with you, which is a good thing. I like having a boring life. I do not like wandering around for 40 minutes looking for my car. I like a nice boring life. I did, however, do one thing. Have you noticed something? So the other day I was noticing that I did not like my hair, and I wanted some layers. Every time I have gone to the hair cutter here in Europe, every single time, and even a lot of times when I've gone, sorry, that thing in my eye is still there. Every time I've gone in the States, it's, I would say about 90% of the time here I'm dissatisfied, and probably about 75% of the time in the States I am dissatisfied. I bring in photos, I give what I think are good descriptions, but hairdressers just, at least with me, seem to cut what they want to cut. Or maybe I just don't describe very well. Maybe I have the wrong hair for what I'm showing. I don't know, but it never comes out the way I want. And especially here, I'm not paying $50 to $75 for a haircut, not a wash and a blow dry, mind you, a haircut, just a haircut, and to come home disappointed. I did that last time and I was frustrated. She thinned my hair without even asking me. I don't need my hair thinned, lady. So I gave myself one of those ponytail haircuts that you see on YouTube, and I kind of love it. I like it. Now, it was more curly yesterday. I've slept on this curl. And And I might cut even more of these bangs right here shorter. And I'm also trying a middle part because my daughters have convinced me that side parts are for old ladies. Well, I am an old lady. But I've also had a side part literally my entire life. And so I have gone with the middle part. They love it. My hair still puffs over here because it wants to flip over. My husband's not sure. He kind of likes it, but he's like, it doesn't look like you. Because again, he's known me only with the side part. And every time I look, I keep looking at myself in this camera. Even though you're over here, I keep looking over here. Because I'm like, who is that? Who is that talking? But it's growing on me. And I'm for sure getting tons of compliments in real life. Which says to me, I needed a change. People are like, oh, that's Amy and her sad hair. Whoa, Amy did something with her hair. So, yeah. So we're trying that out. So that's what's been going on. I gave myself a haircut. That's it, folks. I will see you back in June. I'm super proud of myself that I filmed this not in June, but actually did it the end of May. So, yeah. Keep on keeping on, and I will see you next month. And thank you for subscribing. Everybody who has subscribed and continues to watch and leave comments. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. Bye. Cheese.